Coming up on Midco Sports tonight, it's a college softball and baseball recap from the weekend, including an exciting finish from the NSIC softball championship right here in Sioux Falls. Then Alex Heiner joins me in studio to recap the 93rd running of the Howard Wood Dakota Relays, where fans got to see a top 5 mark in the world get set. And finally, the Fargo Force are headed to the Clark Cup Final. We'll bring you reaction from their Western Conference Championship later in the show. All of that, plus much more, Midco Sports Tonight starts right now. Good evening, happy Monday, everyone. I'm Kelly Stewart, and this is Midco Sports Tonight. We'll start today on the diamond. Plenty of softball and baseball action over the weekend, but perhaps the most exciting was the NSIC Softball Championship held right here in Sioux Falls. The championship came to a culmination on Saturday with the top 2 teams in the conference battling for the title. Augustana had to work their way out of the losers bracket by beating FSMSU and UMD earlier in the day for the right to take on well-rested and top-seeded Winona State. So let's go to the highlights. The Vikings got out to a hot start in this nice weather right away. This goes off the bat of Kylie Rome at the plate. This bomb soars, scores 2. Augustana is off to a 2-0 lead in the first. Top of the third now, Shannon Peterson puts up more offense. She doubles to the gap. That was one of her 3 hits on the day, and Augie leads 3-1 at that point. Winona would regroup, though. They get some offense of their own. Jen Geisey right here at the plate gets one clean. That is a 2-run shot and ties things up at 3. Her teammate's pretty hyped for her right there. Shannon Peterson will be at it again. She answers in the 5th inning with a homer to left field. 2 more RBIs, and Augie once again takes the lead. What a day for Peterson. We will now move on to the bottom of the 7th with their last chance to bat. Allison Nowak singled down the line. Lainey Van Zyl scores. The Warriors are now within 1. This one's really coming down to the wire. That brings up McKenna Larson. Bases loaded. Check this out. She wins the championship. A walk-off grand slam. Winona State gets the victory 8-5, and they get the automatic bid to the NCAA regional tournament. 4 NSIC teams earned bids to the Central Region tournament. Winona State gets the 1 seed. Augustana earns the 3 seed, but Minnesota Duluth and the defending champion Minnesota State, the Mavericks, both get at-large bids as well. They play in the Central Region tournament. That starts Thursday, May 10th, coming up this week. All right, heading into the final 3-game series of the regular season, UND needed 1 win to clinch their spot in the Big Sky tournament. They also needed 2 wins to break the school's all-time single-season wins record. And what better place to do it than at their first and only series at their home park. 5-time Big Sky Pitcher of the Week, Kaylin Van Domelen, gets the rock for Game 1. The senior would not allow a hit until the 5th inning, throwing the complete game, ringing up 9 Bengals and allowing only 1 run on 2 hits. The Fighting Hawks defense was strong behind her. Check out the diving stop and backhand flip to first by Maria Marzolino, and the big stretch by Danny Romero to end the top of the 5th inning. Then let's head to the bottom half. Those 2 were doing some offensive damage. After a leadoff double by Marzolino, Romero goes deep to left, and that puts North Dakota up 2-0. UND would add 2 more that inning on a ground out to the pitcher. Van Domelen sneaks home, and then Natalie Gerber follows after the Bengal catcher can't handle the throw. UND wins Game 1 4-1, clinching a berth in the Big Sky tourney. North Dakota would get right to it in the top of the 1st inning of Game 2. A wild pitch with 2 outs allows Lexi Mayhood to scamper home, and that puts North Dakota up 1-0. Idaho State would eventually take the lead in this one. In the 6th, Kelsey Breer locks in on a Hannah Berg heater, drills it over the left field fence, and that puts Idaho State up 3-1 on the road. That's how Game 2 would end. But let's head on to Game 3. Van Domelen at it again, starts her final home game and helps her own cause by doubling home the game's first run, scoring Marzolino from second. Number 8 would be dominant in the circle again, allowing only 1 earned run and being removed before the final out to a standing ovation from the UND crowd. UND sealed the deal in the 5th when Deja Miller slaps one to the opposite field over the heads of the outfielders. She would drive home a run and end up on third. UND takes game 3, 5-1. And with that win, UND sets the school's all-time single-season wins record with their 25th victory of the year. They will head to Ogden, Utah to face Northern Colorado in the first round of the Big Sky Tournament at 1 p.m. on Thursday. All right, well, on to Summit League baseball. Still regular season play for a few more weeks with the conference tournament slated at the end of May. But let's start in Fargo. The Bison had a tough test in front of them as Oral Roberts, the best in the Summit League, visited Newman Outdoor Field. Game 1, Carter Thompson scores on a wild pitch. Bison are up 4-2 in the first inning, but their lead would be short-lived. ORU explodes for 3 in the third and 5 more in the fourth inning to get the 11-8 win. Game 2, Harrison Smith for ORU goes yard. That homer puts the Golden Eagles out to a quick 5-0 lead. They went on to cruise to the 9-3 win. Their ace, Miguel Asua, struck out 8 Bison in the game. Game 3, Tucker Rohde gets his first career homer to tie the game at 2, but ORU would complete the sweep with a 7-4 win. And finally, up to Brookings for a 3-game series between Omaha and SDSU. This would be Friday through Sunday. Great weather out there. Game 1, bottom of the second. SDSU's Josh Falk sends this one deep, solo homer to center, and he gets the Jacks on the board. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. This one went to extra innings, bottom of the 10th, 3-2 count. Doesn't matter. Tony Jolsing for SDSU, walk-off home run, and that is how game 1 ends. This is Friday. The Jacks win 5-4. Heading into Saturday and bring on game 2 after that exciting finish. The Jacks were hyped up for this one, and they would continue their great hitting, smacked 4 home runs in this game. Nick Smith gets the first one to go over the 320 sign in right field. 3 RBI homer. Jacks up 4-1 in the third. 2 more homers from the home run kings from Friday. Falk and Jolsing came in the fourth. And finally on to the 7th inning. Jacks up 11-4. When this happened, Johnson sends this deep to center. Nice little bounce off the wall, but that one is good for a homer. Puts the Jacks up 13-4. They would score another run in the 7th as well. And that ends game 2 in a big way early, 14-4 after 7 innings. Heading on to Sunday, the series finale, game 3. This one will be much closer than Saturday, but here's a base hit by Anthony Schneider that drives in 2 RBI. The Jacks end up getting the 8-6 win to sweep Omaha 3-0. So here's a look at the current Summit League baseball standings after the weekend. Oral Roberts continuing to own the top spot at 19-5, followed up by SDSU at 13-8. Western Illinois sits even in the league play at 10-10. They're in third place, followed by Omaha and NDSU, and then rounding out the bottom is Fort Wayne at 6-18. The Summit League Baseball Championship is slated for May 23rd through the 26th at J.L. Johnson Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When we come back, Alex Heiner joins me to recap the special events of the Howard Wood Dakota Relays over the weekend. Stay right here on Midco Sports Tonight.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.